The weekend box office results are in, and the Dreamworks family film Home took the #1 spot with $54 million. In the #2 spot, Get Hard debuted strong with just over $34 million. The third spot went to Insurgent in its second week with $22 million. In fourth place, the live-action telling of Cinderella stayed strong with $17.5 million in its third week. Rounding out the top 5 is the low-budget horror film It Follows, making just over $4 million. Christian, what stands out to you about these box office results?
A lot of stuff. There is a ton of stuff going on in these box office numbers. And the most shocking is It Follows, because the fact that it made it was number 5 at $4 million. This is a third week out. So it was like number 14 last week. And then it expanded into more theaters. More people were talking about it. It's getting a lot of buzz in the horror genre and just as a movie in general. So to see it pop up, that's big. And that's, again, Blumhouse, man. Is that Blumhouse? No, it's not Blumhouse. Excuse me. That is not Blumhouse. That one. I'm thinking about the other one that comes out later on. But the fact that it was a smaller movie, the way that they marketed it was pretty awesome. Then Kingsman finally getting knocked out. It was a bummer, but eventually it had to happen. But it was number 6. And then I can't believe Home made as much as it did. That movie being at the #1, and It Follows did better than I thought it should. So there were a lot of things in there that I went, wow, that's a pretty interesting week. But Mark, what'd you think?
How does Home make $54 million and I didn't see one commercial for it? Like, I didn't know this movie was coming. If I wasn't in this world, I would not have known this movie comes out. I didn't see any ads for it. I didn't see a trailer for it. And the thing makes over $50 million. That's just the power of cartoons and families wanting to go see something together. Get Hard, I think, is exactly what I thought it would do. You have 2 of the biggest comedy superstars on the planet today. You're going to make a lot of money. The most shocking thing to me is Insurgent with $22 million is pretty for a film that wasn't that well reviewed. To make $22 million in your second weekend, I know it's got a lot of fans from the novels, but that impressed me as well. And then, of course, I'm thrilled that It Follows, which is a small horror movie. I got to see it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that it's nice to see a movie get word of mouth, and it expands into more theaters, and people want to go see it. So to have that crack the top 5, I think is a big move.
Schnipp?
Yeah, It Follows is my favorite news of this weekend's top 5, just because it's a small horror film. Word of mouth has been like just all over the place. I haven't seen it yet, but I can't wait to see it because everyone I know is like, have you seen It Follows? I said, not yet, don't tell me about it. But that's the kind of thing where it's like, that's why it's in the top 5, and that's why it expanded to more and more theaters. So very happy about that. Kind of bummed that the Kingsman lost its battle between 4 and 5 and 4 and 5.
Man. It was a beast.
I know.
I think it won the battle overall.
Right.
Yeah.
It might come back next week, 5. But who knows? Even if it doesn't, yeah, it definitely won the battle. So that's the best news. Home, shocking, surprising. I'm sure Katzenberg is like resting easy tonight or this whole weekend. He was like, because he had a lot to prove with this movie. A lot of things were riding on this film. They already had the Netflix series. They had everything already pre-sold for this movie. It had to be a hit, and then it didn't get the greatest reviews, but it's still a big hit. So
it also shows the fact that because there's not a lot to see for kids right now, there really isn't. So when Cinderella, obviously, and most people have seen Cinderella. I took my daughter to see Home. That's probably what a lot of people did. There hasn't been a lot of kids' movies out so far, so it's like, okay, we can get the kids out. Let's go have them see it. It doesn't matter at that point what the critics say for that film. It really doesn't, and that proved to be the fact. But I'll tell you what, get out of the way because cars and explosions are coming this weekend and everything. You're going to see big drop-offs from everything coming out.
It'll be interesting to see what Home does in the second weekend because I think we all know Furious 7 is going to be #1. But for Home, if that holds strong in the second week, you're talking about a franchise opportunity. That's when you really start to make those phone calls.
Real quick, what does everybody think, prediction time, what Fast will do this weekend?
I think 150.
150 opening weekend. Wow.
I don't think it's doing 150. I think it's doing over 100 though. I think it'll be like 105, 110.
That's a good one, but just to be different, I'll say 95, but I wouldn't be surprised if 105.
Hey everyone, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.